Hello, group 2, welcome back to my channel. If you chose the fish, if I'm not mistaken, or the pendulum, this is your group. I apologize in advance for the camera moving. I have it in my hand. I do not have a stand, so I have to use my hand as the stand. And today we are gonna do a spread. It's supposed to be a tarot spread, but I wanted to do it with my shells. It is called the Mermaid Song Tarot Spread by Urban Spellcraft from Tumblr. I will link the photo down below. If you don't see the link, let me know. Maybe I forgot to put it. But let's start. Alright, I'm gonna be blindly taking the shells from this little bag. And okay, I think this one is the first one, the first shell. This one is the second shell. It is a spread of 6, so I'm gonna be taking 6 shells from here. This one is the third one. Let's see, this one is the fourth one, the fifth one, and the final one. Okay, so the first shell is gonna tell me what is pulling you down and what negative influence might be influencing you. Alright, so this is the song rune, and what this tells me is that you may have a problem with communication. Maybe it's a problem expressing your true self or expressing yourself in general. It could be a problem of communication, of repressing yourself for fear of judgment. It could also be that you might not be able to voice your opinions and needs clearly to others. And on the other side, it could be that maybe you're using your words with bad intentions. Maybe you're not doing it on purpose, but it is happening. And it also talks about bad gossip. And what I mean when I say bad gossip is gossip that can be used to hurt someone instead of help someone. So this miscommunication or trouble with communication may be what is holding you down. Alright, the next one. This one is going to tell me that is the seaweed rune. And the second shell is going to tell me where you are now and what to learn or take away from the situation that is happening right now. Alright, so what the seaweed rune is telling me is that your trouble with communication or miscommunication may actually be having you lying, maybe small lies, maybe white lies, because you're uncomfortable with some situations and you would like to avoid them by not telling the truth, maybe. But the problem with that is, and what you need to learn, is that small lies can escalate and come back to haunt you. Avoiding uncomfortable situations with dishonesty and evasion may seem like an easier option in the moment, but it can hurt you in the long term, in the future. It might come back and bite you in the behind. So it is better to experience discomfort with honesty and authenticity so that you can break away and liberate yourself from the oppression that constant deception causes. Sorry, I had to cough and pause it. All right, where was I? Okay, what else can you learn from this is that setbacks and challenges can help you to make you more resilient in the long run. And you should approach stumbling blocks as opportunities for growth. And remember, you should also learn to be honest and authentic and affront the situation with the truth. Alright, the next one. This is the Clam rune. I almost forgot. This is the Clam rune. And the third shell, it's gonna tell me about what you need to change. Alright, what the Clam shell is telling me is that maybe what you need to change is that you need to look into things that actually make you happy and dive into them, because maybe right now you are not really living. Maybe you are just under constant pressure, and you need to get your mind away from all of that. Maybe what you need to change is that let's see. If you are a witch or someone that deals with magic, maybe you need to change the way you protect yourself. If you don't have any spells or any workings for protection, you should definitely have them. And if you do have, maybe do something different, because it may not be working for you anymore. And maybe what you also need to change is how you are receptive and still in the face of setbacks and roadblocks. Alright, this is the fifth shell. This is the sand dollar. And the sand dollar, the fifth shell, not the sand dollar, the fifth shell, what it's going to tell me is your strength. No, this is the fourth shell. I'm sorry, this is the fourth shell. What the fourth shell is going to tell me is who or what helps you. So let's see who or what may be able to help you in this situation. And this is the, not this one. This is the sand dollar, by the way. And what may be able to help you is being more grounded. Being more grounded. Realigning yourself with earthly pursuits. Spending some time in nature. And if there's an opportunity that you know is coming up or came up suddenly, then what could also help you will be to take that opportunity. Alright, let's go with this is the fifth shell. This is truly the fifth shell. And the fifth shell, what it's gonna tell me is your strength, or where you can draw your strength from. That is the octopus, rune. Alright, so your strength may be coming from your courage, your perseverance, your tenacity, your strength of character and moral fiber, your self-discipline and restriction, maybe even the planet Saturn. Maybe your strength comes from using all of the tools you have access to, your determination and your mindset, your mastery over your emotions, accepting responsibility for your own behavior, being in control of your inner self, which allows you to control your environment in turn, and maybe that's where you gather strength from. Maybe your strength comes from exerting strength with benevolence rather than being a dogmatic force. This one. And maybe your strength comes from alignment and using that strength responsibly and fairly. Maybe your strength also comes from the principle of projection and action. And finally, the last shell. This one, what it's going to tell me is the outcome of all of this, the outcome of all of this. And let's see what it says. Alright, so this one is called the tear of the mermaid. This is the tear rune. And what it's telling me is that the outcome might be endings and heartbreaks, but in the sense that you are letting go of what no longer serves you. You cannot hold on to things forever, but you must cherish them while you can, and then release them when the time comes. You might be mourning things. You might be mourning things that cause you grief. You might start acknowledging your pain, but you might also remain hopeful that these endings are precursors to new beginnings. And there is a reminder that says sometimes we must cut ties from things with which we have a deep emotional bond, but trust that it is an important part of our spiritual growth. So this might be the outcome of the situation. If this resonated, if you liked it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys!